important to secure the bag. If they give you $20 million, you take it and then go back to America to continue to fight your sparring partners and all that.
Indeed, but we hope that this fight comes up at the end of the day, because if either of both Joshua and Fury loses their belt, I mean, it takes away the excitement, the build-up.
It will no longer be an undisputed.
It will no longer be undisputed. But we hope that this fight comes up at the end of the day, because for all of these words that these guys have thrown around against themselves, it will be nice to actually see them bring it all down in the ring. Away from boxing, let's head into basketball, the NBA. Well, it's the end of regular season already, and we're waiting for the playoff. But in the meantime, it is the play-in tournament where 4 teams have a chance to make it into the playoffs, taking the last 4 seeds, the last 2 seeds rather, in both in the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. And earlier today, in the early hours of this morning, it was LA Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. LeBron James and Steph Curry, 2 kids from Akron in Ohio there. But hey, it was a very tough game for GSW, of course, for their fans. 3 points game. Lakers won. I mean, GS led as much as for 3 quarters in that game, and it took a rally round for Lakers in the 4th quarters for them to go all the way. And I'm wondering, Steve Kerr, when will he learn to allow Steph Curry close out games like this?
Well, I don't know why they do that. They don't start well. Talking about LA Lakers now, it was
health problems.
But now they have their big boys back, and we saw
They're
it.
not fit.
They are not fit, but we saw LeBron James still deliver a triple-double.
On
in the
an injured ankle.
That shows the kind of quality. Shows the kind of caliber.
Anything to make it to the playoffs.
Even with one leg, it's still head and shoulder above so many people. Was able to rack up 22 points, 10 assists, and 11 rebounds with an injury. Imagine if he's not injured. But the all important thing is that they got that win, and they've secured the number 7 seed in the Western Conference playoffs. Of course, which will I think they will face our Phoenix Suns now in the first round and all that. So maybe it is something really remarkable for them. We don't want the defending champions just get knocked out like that. Maybe they didn't have the best of seasons, but the playoff is always a different ball game. It might give you an entirely clean sheet. I would say a clean slate. You can definitely still win the championship regardless of what you did in the regular season. So hoping that they will be able to cross the line and give us good competition.
And for Golden State Warriors, it is not done and dusted yet for them, because they have another chance to pick up the last seed there in the Western Conference, and that means that they have a chance against Memphis Grizzlies again. Grizzlies defeated Spurs. Spurs are eliminated totally from the playoffs, but Grizzlies as well, they have a chance. But the last game of the regular season was between GSW and Memphis Grizzlies, and of course it was GSW who rolled over Ja Morant and his team, of course courtesy of Steph Curry, and that is still fresh will still be fresh in their minds when they face off against each other on Friday. But we're looking forward to that game to see the teams that will eventually make it into the next round of the playoffs. And of course the Washington Wizards as well, they have another chance to also seal a last bet for the playoffs. And to the BAL, that's the Basketball Africa League, the Champions League of basketball right here in Africa. We have Rivers Hoopers who will be in action against the US Monastir of Tunisia later today. And of course the coach of the side, Ogo Dadu, says he has shifted his focus from that defeat to Patriots, a Patriots team that had Joko, the rapper, playing in that game. And we hope that they get the victory against US Monastir to boost their chances of making it to the next round. Okay, and moving on to athletics, all road will lead to the Yaba College of Technology, Lagos State, on Saturday, May the 22nd, for the inaugural edition of the AFN MOC Invitational, which will feature a total of 312 athletes competing across 16 track and field events at the one-day meeting. While speaking with members of the press at an online media party on Wednesday to herald the event, MOC founder and CEO Bambo Akoni discussed that all is now set for the one-day event, which has been put in place to provide a platform for athletes hoping to qualify for the forthcoming Tokyo Olympics and the World Under-20 Championships. I was a part of that press conference yesterday to talk about that event, but here is Bambo Akoni speaking about the purpose of this particular tournament.
AFN MOC Invitational. It's an inaugural event that we've launched to help athletes in Nigeria and across Africa have more opportunities to qualify for international competitions such as the Olympics and the World Under-20 Championships. And we're very excited to be able to put this event on. As you all know, we've been doing the MOC Grand Prix for about 3 years now. We had the 3rd edition in March. where athletes qualified for the Olympics and the World Under-20 Championships. And it's been a very tough couple of years for sports, especially with COVID. With the world coming out of that and making a final push towards the Olympic, we felt that there was need for more competitions in Nigeria. We are aware that some athletes are abroad on the US tour for Nigeria, but we felt that there's still the bulk of the athletes at home who still have prospects and opportunities to qualify for the Olympics, the World Under-20 Championships, and the African Championships as well. So that's the purpose of this event.
Okay, that's the AFN MOC Invitational Grand Prix. We have athletes back home in Nigeria here with chances of qualifying, but have not yet qualified, and of course the need for more tournaments for them to continue to give their best. But
Blessing, have you registered?
I don't intend to go to the Olympics as an athlete. Maybe as a journalist.
That could be a new opening. You can never tell, For you.
That's why I want to be an athlete.
You have to be dynamic.
But I was going to talk about how we have already streamlined our participation at the Olympics to certain sports, and you're still continuing to hold competitions like this, giving some more athletes hope. At the end of the day, they might not be a part of the Olympics. I'm wondering what.
Yeah, it might be a long-term goal. It might not necessarily be because of the Olympics. In sports, we only talk about the fact that the more, the merrier as regards competition, especially for those on the home scene who don't get the kind of exposure some of the bigger lads get. So the more competitions they play, they get to, that exposure also gives them better abilities. They get better at what they do, and maybe they get more confident that they can actually go to the world stage to compete. We have to give kudos to MOC for what they've been doing. The kind of revolution they're actually doing in the world of athletics so far in Nigeria is something really laudable, and it's something we should continue to give them credit for. Hopefully, I'll continue to see the rise of so many more athletes, because this is one particular part of sports that Nigerians have a particular affinity towards. We like athletics so well, so much. We do so well at the Olympic Games and other events. Go to the Commonwealth Games. We do so well in athletics and all that. So hopefully, the competition will go ahead and we'll see maybe the next DJ Aliu, the next Raymond Ekewo, the next Sojifa Shuba, the next Afalila Tugukoya, maybe the next Mary Onyali and all that. So I think it's something very, very laudable, and I'm very happy about it.
Indeed, we're happy about this. We're looking forward to that. It's starting this weekend. That's the AFN MOC Invitational. We have men's and women's 100 meter, 200 meter, 400 meter, 800 meter. We have the 110 hurdles, 400 meter hurdles, and the field events as well. And of course, there'll be athletes from all across Africa who are coming to 77,500 capacity Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, California, in the United States of America on the 3rd of July. Now, that was disclosed in a statement by the Nigeria Football Federation, the Communications Department. It was made available yesterday, and according to the NFF's FIFA match agent, Jairo Pancho, said that we are happy and able to announce this match, which is a clash between two big teams from two different continents, Nigeria against Mexico, and that will come exactly a month after the Eagles play Cameroon on the 4th of June in Austria, Vienna. I like the fact that we have many friendlies lined up for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and of course we continue to test our might, test how the players will do as we get ready for the important qualifiers. Moving on across the shores of Africa, this is from Germany. Bayern Munich striker Thomas Müller and Borussia Dortmund defender Mats Hummels have been recalled to the German squad for the Euro 2020. The German manager Joachim Löw has picked the pair in this 26-man squad despite having them in March 2019. Having told them rather in March 2019 that he did not intend to select them again, but they are back in the squad, and of course both players are happy about that, and they went to social media to tweet about being ready for the new chapter and also being glad to be back again. And for Sami Khedira, the World Cup winning German midfielder, he has announced that he will retire from after Berlin's final game of the season on Saturday, retiring from international football, from professional football totally. He says it is time to say goodbye. I saw a post by Jose Mourinho on Instagram, paying tribute to this man who says, thank you for all that you've given me as a friend and as a player. We wish him the best in his career. Well, there were games played last night in the English Premier League. We also had the Coppa Italia final where Juventus finally they won a trophy. Pello won a trophy. Interesting. 2-1 against Atalanta, and of course the French Coupe de France. We had PSG defeating Monaco by 2-1 as well to win that one. This is the BBC Premier League update. All you need to know about the games from last night in the EPL.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Hello, I'm Paul Serres at the BBC Sports Centre. The reigning Premier League champions Liverpool have moved into the Champions League qualification places with just one round of matches remaining after beating Burnley 3-0 at Turf Moor. Second half goals from Brazil international Roberto Firmino, Nat Phillips and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain saw the Reds move above Leicester into the top four. Tottenham's Premier League struggles continue. Dutch international winger Steven Bergwijn gave Spurs the lead early on, but an own goal from Sergio Reguilon and an Ollie Watkins strike saw Aston Villa beat Spurs 2-1 to take the points in the capital. Arsenal scored 2 injury-time goals to beat Crystal Palace 3-1 at Selhurst Park and deny Roy Hodgson a final home win in charge of the Eagles. Ivory Coast international Nicolas Pepe scored twice and Gabriel Martinelli the other as the Gunners made it 4 league wins in a row. Hodgson was disappointed to not get a result in his final match in charge at Selhurst Park.
I'm really happy for the reception, really pleased with the way everyone has treated me, in the press conferences yesterday and the match here tonight, so I suppose I should be very grateful for that, but there's a tinge of sadness that we couldn't send the fans away happy with the result.
Everton kept their hopes of European qualification alive with a 1-0 win over Wolves at Goodison Park. Richarlison's second-half strike was the difference between the sides. Newcastle United secured a victory in their final home game of the season, beating Sheffield United 1-0 thanks to Joe Willock's goal. The Arsenal loanee has scored in each of his last 6 Premier League matches. West Ham came from a goal down to beat West Brom 3-1 at the Hawthorns. Thomas Soucek, Angelo Ogbonna and Mikel Antonio got the goals for the Hammers. A statement from West Brom after the match confirmed that boss Sam Allardyce would be leaving the club at the end of the season after failing to save them from relegation. The former West Ham, Bolton and Newcastle boss Allardyce joined the Baggies in December. And for more football news from the BBC, go to bbc.com/football.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Okay, before we leave the studio this morning, Tottenham lost to Aston Villa at home yesterday, 2-1. And just before that game, the chairman, Daniel Levy, said that the club lost sight of some key priorities when they were making that new stadium. Of course, the COVID-19 pandemic as well. Excuses? Because Kane said he wants to leave?
Yeah, maybe excuses, but then you all know that, regardless of whatever Kane says, Daniel Levy is a tough negotiator. He would not just allow him leave without you paying through your nose. Obviously, we've been hearing rumors around 150 million, but they've had a terrible season, and you understand why someone like Kane would want to leave a club that played in the Champions League final just about 2 years ago. This time around, they are struggling to even get into the Europa League, losing some games. They lost the Cup final, the League Cup, that is the Carabao Cup as well. So I saw unfortunate times right now for Tottenham Hotspur. They are not getting the results, and they are looking like they will lose their best player as well. I don't want to envy any Tottenham Hotspur fan right now.
Right now, maybe we'll talk about Harry Kane and where he probably should go at the weekend. That's on Saturday onwards. But right now, we have to get out of the studio. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your morning. Thank you very much to Faith Adeji for being here.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
My name is Blessing Fowowe. Catch us on the Winning Friday edition of Sports Bank tomorrow. Au revoir.
Splash FM 105.5.
The day's breakfast. Yummy. With Mama Do's spread for bread. Yummy. We love this rich and buttery taste. Yummy. We love to have it with our bread. Yummy. Nutrition. Mama spread for bread. We like it. Mama spread for bread. Delicious. Mama spread for bread. We love it. Mama spread for bread.
New Mama Do's spread for bread. It gives you the right nutrients and energy to be your best each new day. New Mama Do's spread for bread. Deliciously nourishing for a bright start.
Àkókò ìjà tó pa bámbárì jù tá àti ìrètí ń lọ kó sókàn báyìí o. Kì í sí ibú yẹ̀rì láàrin jù bá náà lọ. Ó mà ṣe o. Ẹ̀wù bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń kú bí ojú pì. Ẹ̀ṣẹ́ àgbáwọlẹ̀ lọ́tún lọ́sí. Ó dilẹ̀ gbága yìí. Ó ṣubú yàkàtà. Ó fìdí rẹmi. Ìjà parí o. Kò sógun mọ́ kò sọ́tẹ̀ mọ́. Àlùbámẹ́ ni Bọ́sìkà tún borí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí.
Gba ìtura kíá kúrò lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀fọ́rí, ìrora àti òtútù pẹ̀lú Bọ́sìkà. Bọ́sìkà ń gba ẹ̀fọ́rí, ìrora àti òtútù lágbàwọlẹ̀ ní kíákíá. Bí àyípadà kò bá sí lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ mẹ́ta, lọ rí dókítà.
Hey, Oga and Madam, you don't see the room now. Make I show you the toilet where you could share with the other neighbors.
Now the toilet be this.
What happen?
Oga agent, you mean say na general toilets clean come white like this, eh?
Yes, now. Na hypo toilet cleaner than they use to clean and kill the yama germs come out.
Hypo toilet cleaner? Wow.
Wash your toilet at least once a week with Hypo Toilet Cleaner to keep it sparkling clean and gem-free. Available in sachet for 35 naira only.
Madam, now 2 years land one collect.
We go pay for 6 years, eh?
Hypo.